What's up, YouTube, Facebook fam? It's your host with the most, the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the campus, back with another video, a special video for Black History Month. Before we get to the meat and potato of today's video, guys, please go show my social media sites some love on Giant Snapback on Instagram.com, Giant Snapback on YouTube.com, of course, and Giant Snapback on Twitter.com. This is the very first episode of the 2022 Black History Month celebration on my channel. You know, being a black man, we have to represent, take care of our brothers and sisters. This ain't about me. This is about this man. So I'm going to let this man introduce himself.
Man, what's up, everybody? My name is Dennis, a.k.a. D Good Barber. You can find me on Instagram at D33good_Barber. And that's basically what I mainly use my contact. So if you ever need to DM me or anything, that's where you can find me.
So then, thank you for being on the channel, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you dearly, deeply, like definitely do. Like, this is big for me. So tell, like, what exactly do you do? Like, what is your thing that got you on this channel? What is it?
Mainly being a barber, but if you know me, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. I do a little bit of everything, but being a barber is probably the thing that got me the most notoriety.
So being a barber, like I have my own barber. You know, shout out to Gerald Hawkins. That's my barber.
But shout out to all the barbers.
Right, all the barbers. Y'all all deserve credit, because right now I need someone to line me up. I need someone to make me look good, and that's what I rely on my barber for. Right, Dennis, please tell me, like, what made you want to be a barber in the first place? I have to know.
Crazy story. So you remember when we used to work at the Exchange?
Okay.
It was something that I always did, and every blue moon you probably saw some of my work on my head, but I never told nobody I really cut hair.
Okay.
So when I quit from the base, and I was about to go to the military. I was about to go to the Air Force, man. I scored like a 70 on the ASVAB and everything.
Really?
And like, they was calling, blowing my phone up.
Yeah, I had no idea. Okay.
I always felt like I wanted to do something else. So before I just go sign my life over to the military, I wanted to try something that I always wanted to do. And when my parents was like, you're going to college, you know, you're doing this, and I never really was feeling that route. So instead, I went to barber school. Like, I had took my physical, I took the ASVAB. The only thing I had left to do was swear in, but God told me to go and try barber school, and here we are, almost 10 years later.
Wow, so you've been at this for 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, so hey man, look, congratulations to you, because a lot of people do believe that college is the only way to go.
Right.
And that's the only way you're gonna make it, and it's not.
Right.
It's not, man. You're a living testament of that.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you, man. I think you did pretty good, bro. Like, I mean,
but not to bash college, because I went to college for 3 years, and I will say I feel like everybody should at least experience college, especially if you went to HBCU. At least do a year there and just check it out and see if it's for you, because one thing about college is I feel like it puts you in a position with people that are like-minded like you. You know, once you get into your major and stuff like that, everybody that's in class with you is basically going in the same direction, and you can use those people as resources later down the line. You know, I got friends in California, New York, and stuff like that I met in college. So I do feel like you still at least need to go and get that experience.
Yeah, that's a very honest answer. You know, I was going to say, I mean, you didn't have to be unbiased.
Yeah.
But nobody could raise a doubt and say that you are, by saying what you just said. For me, because like I said, I had no idea, like, what happened, like, what led you to be a barber. So now you're a barber. You've been doing it for 10 years. What do you enjoy most about being a barber?
I say the people that you meet. Because, man, working in a barbershop is funny. You see,
Yeah, it is.
every day is going to be something, like the people that you meet, and the art, the artistry behind it, and seeing somebody go from looking rough to, like, being fresh. Like, I done seen people go get jobs after they left the barbershop.
That's what's up. So you've had a client come in not looking his best,
Yeah.
and he's literally been able to go and get a job the next day.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, I hold the power. If you You gonna look bad or you gonna look good. I'm telling you, your wife might hate you, and you come home from the barbershop with a fresh cut, man. It's a different reaction.
I've experienced that. A fresh cut does do a lot
Yeah.
for a man, especially when it comes to the ladies, for sure. So tell me about the training process. Like, how does that work? How does school work for being a barber?
With being a barber, you can either take one of two routes. You can either go and get an apprenticeship program, or you can go to barber school, which I always suggest going to barber school, because with the apprenticeship program, what happens is, unless you're like dealing with a seasoned barber, and I actually went to school to get my instructor's license so I could teach how to cut hair.
Oh, nice.
So unless you're with somebody like me who's going to actually give you the same education that you would get at a barber school, then you're gonna miss a lot going through the apprenticeship, versus if you go to school and it takes like 1,500 credit hours, which is, if you go every day, it'll take you about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. You know, it took me about 2 years because I played around a little bit while I was there. But it'll take you about a year and a half to get your barber's license.
A year and a half.
Yep.
Wow, man. I think we don't really know how much work goes into like cutting someone's hair, and I think I'm guilty of it. And like I said, I appreciate my barber, because it must take a lot of dedication and consistency and focus, man, to align people, especially people that have different head sizes, different hair textures. I don't know if y'all have to learn about all of that.
Yeah.
But
you have to
which
learn the contour of people's head. You have to learn angles, because like, I cut with shears. I cut a lot of Caucasian, Asian dudes, Mexican. I cut almost every ethnicity of hair. So when you got these longer styles, you have to learn like about angles and contour of people's head to make that head follow that, so everything flows. So yeah, it's serious.
Sounds like they got a lot of science behind it as well.
Yeah. For lack of better words, yeah, we're gonna call it science.
So when it comes to barbering, the good has, you have your good times, you have your upsides, your pros. Mm-hmm. What are some of the cons about being a barber, if there are any?
I'll tell you this: it's more pros than cons, but it's all about how you manage your money. Because one of the biggest cons I'll tell you about being a barber is you don't get health insurance, you don't get retirement, you don't get a 401k unless you do all of those things yourself. So if you know anything about the health industry, which I'm pretty sure you do,
my people, they know that.
Man, health insurance is high. It's very high. Dental, vision, all of these insurances are high. So you got to be cutting an adequate amount of hair to be able to pay these things every month, or you won't have it. And that's probably, I'll say, the biggest con about being a barber is you don't get benefits. Now, you make a lot of money. You make more money than most people will make on the average day based on your talent level and how good you are. But the biggest con is that. And secondly, I'll say it's going to be a lot of long nights in the beginning. Until you get yourself established, it's going to be a lot of long nights. So you got to get a woman that understands that, for you, that you might not be home right away.
Yep. So never thought of it like that. Honestly, I never did. I thought, maybe this just is my way of thinking. I'm thinking, I don't know why I thought this, but all that is just a part of actually being a barber, and it's not. So it takes some initiative on your part, man, to do things.
An open book. I'll tell you the real. Like, it's something I never regret it. I'll never ever regret cutting hair and taking a route that I did versus going to the military, because if it wasn't for cutting hair, I wouldn't have saw half of the places in this country that I'd have seen. Like, I've had people fly me to different places, and I had to cut people hair for their weddings. I've had to go to different cities, all because I cut hair. I went to a lot of barber competitions. I competed in competition. I've won some. I've lost a lot. But I wouldn't have seen a lot of those cities and wouldn't have had the desire to see those cities if it wasn't for me cutting hair and there being an event there that I felt was worthy of me traveling to.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had stuff like that. That's actually pretty cool, man.
Big hair shows every year.
Every year. So it's an annual thing.
Yeah.
It's an annual thing. Okay.
They got smaller events, but there's like Barber Brothers in Atlanta, and Barber Brothers draw people from all over the world, man, and they come there every year to check out the Barber Brothers hair show.
Nice. Okay. I mean, that, like, you're giving me a sneak peek into the world of being a barber, because like I said, I had no idea about this. I just come to the shop, get my haircut, sit in this chair, and I'm out of there. Yeah. Pretty much. Not chop it up with my barber. Being a barber, but not just being a barber, like being a black barber, what does it mean to you when you have someone, and maybe you might have not had this happen, but someone might ask, or you might have had a guest that might have asked you, I don't really see, like, maybe a lot of black barbers make it to a level to where they have a reputation, like high profile per se. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you want to achieve with your barber career, or are you just good, making the one that you make and actually being in that community to be that local barber that everybody knows and likes to come to?
I think everybody in the beginning, you have this level of success that you want to achieve, and then you start seeing stuff for what it really is at a certain point, because if you don't put in that work, you're never gonna be like this high dollar type of barber. And I'm perfectly fine. Like, I've had people pay me graciously for a haircut because they appreciate me that much. But as far as being like a celebrity barber and stuff like that, I think that's kind of corny, because they got everyday people like you that pay my bills. You come and see me every week, every 2 weeks, stuff like that. And these celebrities, these dudes, I cut your hair one time and I'm never going to see you again probably, unless you just come back to New Orleans and you appreciate me that much that you wanted me to cut your hair again. But I'm not going to go running behind like celebrities and stuff like that just to say I'm a celebrity barber per se, when all my clients that I cut on a day-to-day basis are real celebrities. Like, y'all the ones that keep me fed.
Yeah, hey man. I mean, when you look at it that way, it makes me feel as if I'm more valued and important just because, like, I never knew that y'all, even though I knew that in the back of my mind, hearing it from a barber, it's like, yeah, y'all really do depend on us to not just come through, but like, for example, the clientele is important. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Having that is very, very important. Dennis, out of everything that you told me so far today, like, I appreciate it. Honestly, I do, and I appreciate you talking to the fans, the people that watch, that follow. Yeah. This is Black History Month. This is a big, big thing for me. Like I said, this is about you guys that come on here. I want you to get y'all shine and get y'all promotion up and stuff like that. So just let everyone know, we're going to put all of his links in the comment section. I mean, in the description box below, so y'all can go follow this man, support whatever he does with his barber career from this point forward. I have to ask you this because it's kind of like a preliminary. It's like a prereq that you have to answer. Everyone's going to answer the same question. Yeah. But what does Black History Month mean to you now in 2022 with everything that we've been through, everything that you've seen on the news, man, everything,
That question probably just sent chills through me, because as a black man, I also have Native American heritage in my family too.
Oh, I did not know that.
A lot of, I kind of feel like my ancestors got screwed on both ends, the Native American side and the black side. But just, man, it's unfair to be black. I'ma just be real.
Okay, yeah, you can say that.
I feel like it's the most beautiful thing in the world, but I never wanted to be nothing else, because, like, I feel like other cultures don't have that same, like, swagger like us. No disrespect to nobody else in their other culture, but I just feel like people take our swag and then sell it back to us. And I've unknowingly ended up at the George Floyd protests in Houston.
Okay.
And I was basically the media out there, and Houston News ended up using my photos and stuff like that, and I just felt like I played my part in history. Like, I wasn't one of those people out there tearing stuff up and burning buildings down and stuff like that, but I was able to have my contribution to black history, because that was a very pivotal point for us, and you know, actually getting the ball rolling and actually trying to fight for our rights. So, you know, deep down inside, at some point, I want to be able to look back and say I contributed something to us moving forward as a culture and as a race. So that's basically what being black, like, that's the most important thing to me about being black, you know.
If I had to, and I know there's going to be other people that come behind you.
Yeah.
It's tough competition to beat what you just said. It's very hard. I don't mean that to be sarcastic. We like to joke and play on here, but this is all serious. This is all said with, you know, honesty. Like, that was probably the most genuine answer I've gotten out of anyone I've brought on for Black History Month so far.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for coming, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Y'all know I'll be back next week with another content creator, specialist, black person of color that owns a business, whatever, in the week. Y'all have a good one.